Hope you guys having a great day. Welcome to Future Money, the only show that gives you real-time insight on tech stocks, crypto, and emerging technologies before they dominate the headlines. I'm your host, Armando Pantoja, and I'm here as your investor futurist and giving you an unfair advantage in the fast-moving world of investing. Every Wednesday, 5 p.m., we break down the moves of the big players, uncover what Wall Street don't want to tell you, and spotlight future trends that will help you build wealth. We got a lot we're going to talk about today. The stories are big. Bitcoin is pulling back from its all-time highs. But the thing that really gives me a lot of confidence is that their big corporate buys, Michael Saylor's strategy, they're doubling down, scooping up hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin while everybody else is panicking. Kathy Woods just threw $170 million into that new crypto IPO. And that IPO went up 84% in one day, proving that Wall Street still has an appetite for bold bets in cryptocurrency. Ethereum just flipped Bitcoin in spot trading volume for the first time since 2017. A power shift in crypto is happening right now. XRP is trying to reclaim its all-time highs. Palantir in stocks is tumbling after a monstrous AI run. Quantum computing stocks are shaping up to be the next 5-10 times play on the horizon. This isn't the moment to sit on the sidelines. The next wave of wealth is forming right in front of you. So let's get into it. So we got a lot we're going to talk about today. I see everybody here. We have any super chats? No super chats yet. Memecoin getting its ETF Dogecoin. I haven't heard about that, Mickey, but I've heard about rumors, but I haven't heard if it's actually going to happen or not. But first thing I want to talk about is Bitcoin. Right now, I don't think we have it up here. Let me get it up here. Right now, Bitcoin's at 114. The entire crypto market appears to be green. Let me get this out the way. So it looks like all the top 50 cryptos are green today. We got Bitcoin at 114. We got Ethereum 4,300 roughly. Where's XRP? You see everything is going up. That means it's good. So we got XRP a little bit under $3. But the market is green. That's good. It was been in a downward spiral for the last 2 days. Bitcoin, like I said, is cooling off at 113. But the confidence that I still have is that the corporations are still buying. BlackRock's still buying. Michael Saylor's strategy is still buying. Now, if you take a look at the charts, the pattern Bitcoin is making right now looks identical to the setup that we saw back when Bitcoin broke 70,000 and we got into what's called price discovery. Normally when Bitcoin gets into price discovery, when it beats its all-time high, we start to see that crazy movement because nobody really knows how to value Bitcoin at that time. Like you said, in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is the driver of the market. So it's a tide that raises all ships. So Bitcoin goes up. We're going to see XRP, Ethereum. Everything goes up when Bitcoin goes up, at least for now. So back when that happened, last year, it was 2024, right before the election, Bitcoin's price doubled once it got into price discovery. So Bitcoin right now, all-time high is at 124. We did a small retraction, not even 10% really. And then we're going to see it quickly reclaim those all-time highs and get into price discovery. And it's going to... Now, if that repeats like it did in history, this current setup that we're seeing could trigger an explosive surge, pushing Bitcoin to that $250,000 mark that I called out in 2013. And in turn will unleash a massive altcoin season. We're going to talk about 3 altcoins I think could be good plays from this point on later on in this episode. We got a super chat here. Armando, what is your take on Polyswarm and XC? And in the future, we're going to talk about one of those later in this episode. But I will get you a question. Appreciate the super chat. Lyrical Cancer. Jay Henson, I appreciate that super chat. Who else? Anybody else? No. So Katsu, I need you to do something for me. Give me a second, Katsu. I'm going to respond to you on that one. So if you did, so fill out a support ticket here. I want to respond to that. If I can. No, I can't respond to that. But Katsu, I just put the support line or the support in the chat. So just click that. Tell me what you said here, and we'll make sure that's taken care of you. So back to what I was saying. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you would do that for me. It really makes a big difference. I also like the video. We got almost 1,000 people, but we only have roughly 100 likes. It should be at least equal or close to equal the amount of people in here. But I know some people watch it on TV. I don't think it's easy to like on TV. I don't know how hard that is. I don't watch YouTube on TV. Is it hard? Anybody know? Is it hard to like videos on TV? It's kind of hard. It's like cumbersome probably. So I can see that. But if you can, please like it. So there was another thing that happened in crypto, which gave me a lot of confidence. There was an IPO called Bullish, a crypto exchange owned by CoinDesk. It IPO'd at $37, and it got up to 75, 84% in one day. That valued Bullish at around $11 billion. Now, Kathy Wood's ARK Invests put bought 2.5 million shares, 172 million into Bullish, and also into a lot of ETFs, 3 ETFs out there. Now, a lot of people are asking me, should you buy Bullish? Right now it's at 60 something, I think. Let's see where Bullish is at exactly. I think it's at 67. Last time I checked, it was at $67 or something. See Bullish stock. It says 62.89. Now, I really do think that now it'd be a little bit risky to do this, but I think the risk is worth the reward. A lot of people ask me, should you buy? I think that if you do Bullish right now, and I'm going to stand on that, I think I'm going to buy some myself. At first, I was like, well, maybe like around the price is down. I think Bullish, it says 62.89 right now. I think that with Bitcoin and crypto rising, we're moving into an altcoin season, which we're going to talk about later in the episode. It'd be an easy stock play from 62 to 100 from here over the next few months. It's not going to happen fast, but I think Bullish, because remember the lockup period in Bullish ends in February. So you got a clear path. You got roughly 7 months, roughly 6 months to ride that wave. And I could see Bullish clearly going over 100 over the next few months. And actually, it's an easy play. I mean, like if you just want something easy, there's your play right there. That's almost a 50% return just on that. No, almost a 60% return if it gets from 62 to a little bit over 100. And it's an easy play. And if it doesn't work out, hold it long enough and it will work out. So that's what I'm saying is even with that one, I don't believe that there's no way you can lose on that. Now, the time period in which it happens it could happen in 2 years, which is not much of a win. It's happening over 3 months. Now, I think it's way, way more likely to happen over the next 2-3 months. And I think it can go well past 100 until the lockup period is over in February. February 9th is the first day that insiders can start selling. Now, there's going to be a pullback on that. It always is. But the stock will stay stable during this early trading. And as Bitcoin goes up, a lot of people are going to want entry into the crypto market through stocks. And I know we got ETFs, but people always want to look for a leverage play that they can do options on. I know you can do options on some ETFs through other instruments, but you can also, it's a little bit more complicated. So a person that wants to do a leverage play is going to look at Bullish, and then they're going to do options, calls, or they're going to buy the stock directly. They're going to do it on margin. Remember, margin is also a leverage that people use. It's hard to do that in crypto because the market is so volatile. You get liquidated quickly. But with something like this that is more stable, I can do a 3 times margin or even a higher margin. For every one Bullish stock that I buy, an exchange like E-Trade or whatever will loan you 2 more. And when the price all goes up, you sell it all and then pay back what you owe. Now that's a margin play. And a lot of people do that instead of. So there's ways you can find leverage into this crypto bull run that you may not be able to find in the ETFs. So that's why I think that Bullish has a great chance to go up Somebody says, I book a call with Target Tycoon. I just told this person. Sorry to repeat that off question. Katsu, I just put a link in the chat. So all you have to do is go to that link and fill up the support request, and we'll get you scheduled for that call if you did pay for it. So just do that. Can't address it anymore. I've already said it. Armando, have you changed your thoughts on meme coins specifically? No. Somebody asked me about Shiba. So Shiba, I appreciate the super chat, Lisa. So Shiba is a meme coin, but I think that it can turn into something else. Like a lot of the older meme coins that have persisted and lasted for a long time, I think they have the opportunity to turn into utility tokens, so because they have communities behind them, they actually do have some use cases in real life. Shiba's building things. They also have DAOs and stuff that they're working on. So I think a meme coin has the potential because technically speaking, when you just look at the coins, a meme coin and a utility coin or whatever AI token is all the same thing technically. Most of them are built on another platform, or they all just is numbers and technology. That's all it is, in code. So they're the same thing. So the use case is something that that they're going to go out and change the world in one way or another. But meme coins said, look, we're not going to change the world. We're just having fun. Basically, that's how the government classifies that. But just because they start out like that doesn't mean they can't change over to be a utility token. And I think that Shiba, Dogecoin, and a couple of others. Another one is what's the other one? I forgot the other one, but it's like 3 or 4 that I think have the potential to do that because they've been around so long. Longevity in technology is a benefit, not a negative. A lot of the younger people thought that Solana and all these other coins are going to come take over. That does not happen in technology. That's why we're using Microsoft Office and stuff right now. Do you know how many attempts there's been in history since in the last 30, 40 years to replace Microsoft Windows? Nobody has won it because Microsoft Windows is so old, so stable that people can't compete with it. That's a plus in technology. That's a plus. Just because something new comes, you're not going to change all your systems. That doesn't even make sense. So the meme coins that have lasted the longest not only they have a community, they have a track history, and they also have that history of uses that they've been using for a long time. So I think that gives them a benefit when you start to look at them in a different light, when meme coins all tend to fail. So I think that those are not really going to be classified as meme coins going forward. I think that in my mind, the term meme coins is really for a coin, to be honest, that's created since 2001 and mostly 90% on Solana. In my mind, that's what a meme coin is. Now, I don't think Shiba is technically a meme coin if you want to classify it that way. That's how it's normally classified, but I think it's not in the same category as almost like the kid type fun, crazy meme coins, crypto bros and stuff like that. I think that Shiba falls into a different category, and I think it has a lot of potential. But I'm not saying it has more than XRP or none, but I still think it has potential. We'll see how that unfolds. So somebody says, Mario, I was in the CNC for 2 years. I've been trying to reach out to you on your live send messages, looking for a refund. Just, Mario, fill out the support ticket and we'll handle that. So we have a new app now. So it's not the Discord. We don't use Discord anymore. Discord is too complicated. It's really for gamers and stuff. So we built our own app, and now we have our own app. And maybe that's why you can't get in, because it's another app now. So fill out a support ticket and we'll get to you. So a lot of people talking about the CNC. Now, we do have the CNC open. So if you want to join, we just passed 2,000 members. So a lot of people are still in the Discord thinking it's active. It's not active anymore. That's probably why you can't get in. We do have a new app, and you need to if you haven't received it already, a link, you have to fill out a support ticket and we'll send you one. So Ethereum is starting to take the crown. Now, for those you don't know, my favorite crypto in the world is Ethereum. Now, XRP, I talk about it a lot because at the time, even today, I think it has the most potential in growth in investment. Technology-wise, I still believe in Ethereum over XRP. So I do believe that Ethereum has a chance to be the number one crypto in the world. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think they have the best chance out of anybody. And it's because XRP can still do great, but like I said, Ethereum is technology-wise, there's no second to none, and also adoption-wise. Now, when everybody thinks that Bitcoin is the king, and a lot of the Bitcoin maxis don't believe it can be taken over or no one can take the crown. But Ethereum is quietly surging ahead. It's becoming the most traded crypto in spot markets, first time in years. Ethereum was the most traded crypto in 2017 during the ICO craze. Now it's the most traded in history with nothing pushing it. Now there's no get rich quick right now with Ethereum. It's not kids and idiots buying it thinking they're going to get rich quick, or buying it to transfer ICOs like back in the day, or NFTs in 2020, 21. It's real businesses, organizations, and government buying it ahead of the boom so that they have that gas to send stable coins back and forth. Now, a smart company, remember, stable coins exist on Ethereum blockchain or Solana or another blockchain. Stable coins don't exist by themselves. They have to exist in somebody's more or less universe. The Ethereum universe has the most stable coins. So if you're in that universe, you have to abide by that universe's rules, and you have to pay a tax to that universe in the form of gas to exist and transfer from one person to another, or one wallet to another. Now, that makes a smart corporation, a smart organization say, if stable coins are going to be the future, I need to buy my Ethereum now, because I'll get it at 1/10 the price that I can use over years. So right now, organizations and companies are rushing to buy as much Ethereum as they can. Now, retail investors still on the sidelines, but they don't even know what's going on. And that's what really makes me mad. Because if you followed me since 2020, in 2023, I started my crusade to say that 24, 25 will be the last time in your life you can get rich. This easy. And that'd be it. It'd be no other time. Now, there'll always be chances to make money. There will always be times to invest for the next 10 years at least. But to get easy 10 times returns on Oklo, Nvidia, 8 times right now, or 5, 6 times on XRP, it'll end up being 10. All of these plays won't exist in a few years. This was your last chance, and we still got about a year left before we start going to a bear market. Now, it makes me mad because so many people with a small amount of money could have changed their life forever. And they sit on the sidelines and they don't, Bad Bunny concerts. I was in Puerto Rico for a week or so. And the Bad Bunny did a concert every single day for, I think, a month or two in Puerto Rico. And it was packed every day. He lived there literally. He had a house called La Casita in the middle of the arena, and he would sleep down there. And the roof was a stage. So he would come out, do his concert, and go back in every day. He did that for, I think, 60 days. And people were flying from all over the world. Now, he did that to promote the Puerto Rican economy and bring money to Puerto Rico, and that's good on his part. I'm not saying take anything away from him. But the people that went, some people went every day for the whole 6 weeks. He spent countless money. He did bring the price down, but countless money to go to that concert. And you can go to a concert for 60 days straight, but you can't go to one thing that'll change your life. Now, it's your choice to do that. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you don't like money. Maybe you don't want fun. Maybe you just want a job, and that's okay. Not pushing nothing on anybody. But you can't complain once life gets hard after that, because you made the choice to do what you did. You can't complain. Now, you can make a choice to say, look, I want to reject this financial education, this financial knowledge, and executing on this. And I want to accept Bad Bunny concerts and going out in clubs. That's okay. But now, 5, 10 years later, you have to accept your decision. Don't get mad at the government because you can't pay your student loan. Don't get mad at all these other, the state because of property, or the county because of property taxes. Don't get mad about whoever's in the White House at the time, 10, 15 years from now, about why you can't get ahead in life, because you had a chance and you rejected it. So, Johnny If you sign up for the CNC, I just put a link there, so fill out a support ticket. If you're not in yet. Sometimes some people get them and it goes to spam, so support will make sure you get it. So Ethereum right now is at 4,300, 4,325. Spot trading volume past Bitcoins. On some exchanges, Ethereum now makes up 40% of trades. With most activity coming from transactions under $3,000, that kind of shows us that retail investors are also interested, or people are buying, trying to stay under the radar, one or the other. Investors are actually rotating funds from Bitcoin into Ethereum, with Ethereum net positions rising while Bitcoin positions are dropping. Ethereum ETFs saw record inflows over the last 2 weeks. Billions flowed in during August. Record inflows in August. Before both Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs cooled off with outflows this week. Now, analysts caution that this often happens. This flip happens late in the bull run, meaning short-term excitement could also signal mid-term caution. But there's another set of ideas that say this is leading into altcoin season, in which we'll see XRP and all these other tokens that you guys are asking about start to make their gains after Bitcoin's initial run. Now, don't email support. Fill out a ticket, Johnny. Don't email support. Fill out a ticket. The email thing is I don't think it's working, but we had some problems with it this morning. But fill out a ticket to the link I gave you, and we will have somebody within 24 hours contact you. So thank you. I know what you do isn't easy. I invested $10K in your strategy trading signals across stocks. Now I'm up over $50,000. I like to see that. Good job, Marlon. And that's what I like to hear. And thank you for the super chat. That's what I'm telling you is that money, we're in a time right now. Alex Hormozy made $100 million in one day. And it was so profound what he did that the Guinness Books of World Records, and right when he was doing it, when he was about 80% done, they put a representative on the flight, flew to him, and gave him the plaque or whatever on live YouTube, because he was going to make the most money that a person has ever made selling a book or anything like that online. $100 million in one day. Now, this time that we're living in will close. You won't make 10 times on Oklo, 15 times on Palantir, 16 times on Nvidia, 4 or 5 times on other stocks. I mean, the dude made $50,000 in a couple of weeks. But this is what happened. We're in a time that will not exist once AI takes over investing, which it will in the next few months. Then it's going to erase all margin and erase any potential to make any money. Investing is all based on inefficiency. We find inefficiency, we invest, we take advantage of the inefficiency, some type of inefficiency, and we make money that way. That all will be gone. AI fixes inefficiency. There is no inefficiency. So you can't make money, or the money will be so small that you have to do it at such a large scale that it won't be worth it for the average man. So that's more than likely to happen. You'll still be investing, but the margins will be so tight with AIs fighting each other that an average man won't be able to make it. Like 2%, like it ain't even worth you doing it. 4 or 5% is not worth you doing it. It's just not enough. But an AI that is managing billions and billions of dollars, that's perfect. So that's what we're leading into. So let's talk a little bit about XRP. Can it get to 10,000 or can it break the 365? Now, we're also going to talk about ADA, AVAX, and the other two you guys asked about. Now, there's a lot of altcoins that could outperform in 2025 when we're looking at altcoins. They have the most potential, but also low risk. There's a few out there that I think could do well. First of all, XRP, obviously. Cardano and Avalanche are the other two. I really like those two. They also got Chainlink. You got a lot of others, but I know I said other coins, but remember, I can't talk about every coin I talked about, every stock, every episode. So I'm just going to focus today on Cardano and Avalanche. It doesn't mean I've given up on ENS and Chainlink, anything else. I haven't given up on anything. I'm just focusing on Cardano and Avalanche right now. That's all I'm doing. Now, these are some of the fewer tokens in the top 20, 30 that are under $1 still, backed by real-world upgrades, partnerships, regulatory momentum. So let's talk about why these could be the most exciting plays off the radar, while everybody else is focused on these other things that could make the most money. Now, I remember I put up a video about 1.5 years ago. Me and Robert Croak, we do a podcast. I put it up, and I talked about how XRP, Ethereum, I named like Chainlink, another coin. I said there's gonna be the coins that do the best in this bull run. So I think she was trying to be a crypto influencer. So she was under 30. Some woman gets on there. Oh, you're an old man. Those coins are for old people. We young people got new coins. She named some weird coins I never heard of. And the other day I went back and I looked at that. The other day I went back and looked at that comic, so I don't know what coin she was talking about. Then I looked up the coin she said. It was 3 or 4 of them. They're all down almost to zero, with zero volume. Those coins were all scams that people lost their money on. Now, she believed that they had she said, I was saying like XRP at the time was 30 cents. I said it's going to go up 10. I said it's going to go up 25 times. That's nothing. These coins are going up 1,000. Where all 4 coins she listed, all worthless. And that's what happens to a lot of people, is that the stable coins, the coins that have done well, that ain't going nowhere, you pass those over to get these other coins that people are telling you to go up 1,000 times. That's extraordinarily rare. Extraordinarily rare to pick those coins and make a lot of money. So we stick to the staples, right? They get 10, 15 time returns. Why do you need any more than that? If you want more, do a stock play based on crypto and do an option call. That's 20, 30 times. Like, why do you need any more leverage than that or more returns than that? The 1,000-time returns in crypto that we've seen early in Bitcoin with Ethereum. I got in Ethereum at $6 at 4,600. That's a $3,000. That's a $2,500 time return. No, it's less than that. It's like 800. It's like 800 time return. I mean, you're not gonna get those anymore. Those times are over for easy plays. It's over. You just missed it. But you can all make money other ways. You can just hustle more. It's a lot of ways that you can still take advantage of these bull runs without looking for 1,000-time plays. It just doesn't happen anymore. Now, it does, but it's so rare and so difficult to predict that nobody predicts that. It's like it's like the lottery. Across crypto, you got tens of thousands of coins, and you got more or less tens of thousands of idiots doing each coin. And then out of these tens of thousands of coins, one coin goes up 1,000 times. And they pull this idiot out and say, look at this guy. He was so smart. He got into Jaja coin early. He put in $10. Now he's a millionaire. And they put that dude, they put him on articles and all this stuff everywhere. Look how smart he is. He did this, he did that. Look at this one guy, he only put $10 in Jaja coin, and now he's a millionaire. So you should look at Jaja coin too. But you got to remember, out of that tens of thousands of coins, tens of millions and millions of people trading across every one of those coins, most idiots, one will get extraordinarily lucky. And then he'll be put up as, look what he did. That does not prove the case. That just is an anomaly that they present to you. That's all it is. That's all it is. So I have bags of HBAR, Ondo, and Render. Would you swap any of those for more XRP now? Not right now. Nope. And I'm going to tell you why. Because XRP, the real potential of XRP when it was at 30 cents, that was the real potential, right? That was a severely undervalued coin. Bought at 30 cents, 20, 30, 40 cents. We were talking about it heavily. Now that XRP is at $3, 30 cents to $3 is 10 times. So even if it were to triple from here on out and you bought it today, you'd make 300%, which is extraordinarily good, but you miss. If somebody bought it at 30 cents, it gets to $8. They're up 24 times. And you'll be up 3 times. So at the time, early on, with HBAR, Ondo, and XRP 7, 8, 9 months ago, XRP was a clear choice. But now that XRP has had most of its percentage gains from the bottom, you're now almost even to even with these other coins. You see what I'm saying? So HBAR goes up 4 times this cycle, and XRP goes up 4 times. from here, from this point on. Now, the people who got in early, they're sitting pretty. But the people that get in now, there's really no real difference. Like Ethereum will either pace or slightly outperform XRP this cycle from this point on. So will HBAR, so will Ondo. Ondo may do a little bit better. But you had to get it early. I need you guys to please like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, share with a friend. I would appreciate if you would share the live with some of your friends. Also, we only got 1,100 people here, but last time we had like 1,500, so let's try to get up to 1,500. You do that by liking the video and sharing it. I really appreciate that. And also doing and just sharing the video like to your feeds. You can share it to your feed. If you click share and then go to create a post if you're online, I'd really appreciate that too. So click share if you're online on the website and put share to your post, especially if you're making money. McDonald's wants their headset back. I love you. Shane, I had to put this on because it's a good, funny joke, but because my voice is so deep it didn't carry. So this is the solution we came up with, which is working. No more complaints about not hearing me. So we had to get this. Now this thing is a little bit too big, but that's the only one I had. So I got to get the smaller one again. So move on. So now I want to talk a little bit about, XRP is trading at right under $3. Let's talk about Let's first talk about XRP. Then we'll talk about Avalanche and Cardano. So like I said, we talked about XRP, and I was talking about how at this point on, it's almost 1-to-1 with a lot of these other coins because the biggest move was before. But I still think long term, like if you project out 5-10 years, XRP will outpace all of it, even Ethereum and Bitcoin. Maybe percentage wise, I'm not going to say Ethereum, but everything else, it will probably outpace it by far over the next 5 to 10 years. But for now in this cycle, the big gains are already over, mostly. So the other two I want to talk about is Cardano. Now, the U.S. law they put out in the stable coin and all the other laws, they said ADH, they considered ADA a mature crypto, which puts it in the same league as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Even the U.S. government is making laws, regulations, acts to separate these mature cryptos from the new ones, because maturity and age is a benefit in technology, like I've said 100 times before. So they did recognize that ADA has been a mature crypto, put it in the same league as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, ETF approval could be on the horizon, and it could be given, that would give investors, institutions, confidence to invest into this coin. Now, they have an upgrade. They just had a recent upgrade called Hydra. It was for scaling, and there's also another upgrade called Midnight for more privacy in the blockchain, in their blockchain. There's also in development. So they are going to try to expand into Africa, Asia. They have teams there right now that are planning for this expansion. It's still under $1. ADA looks undervalued, to be honest, compared to all this stuff's going on. Its potential being listed as or categorized as a mature coin under U.S. government law. Also with the expansion in Africa and Asia, it seems like ADA is undervalued. And that's the reason why I like it. Now, the second one is Avalanche. Now, Avalanche has been having a lot of problems recently, blockchain problems and also image problems. They use something called subnets, which are custom blockchains that attract gaming, AI, and government projects. Every transaction burns tokens, which also reduces the supply over time, which makes the remaining tokens more valuable. They also have Ava Cloud, which makes it easy for companies to launch their own blockchains, which I think is a great idea. They have a partnership with AWS, Amazon Web Services, Shopify, and a lot of governments around the world have either public or private partnerships with AVAX. And that also strengthens its position as an undervalued crypto. Right now it's trading at about $25, but it has a lot of room to grow in this cycle if adoption continues. Now, we got 2 huge CNC events coming up in September. in New York and Dallas. CNC members get in for free. You know that. We don't have the dates yet, but we will in the next few weeks. Right now, we're running a special annual deal for the CNC. This is the last day. Expires at midnight. Current members can convert their monthly plans. $9.97 for the year. Inside the CNC, we'll send you, put a link in here for you. Put it in here. It didn't come up. So inside the CNC, you get stock, crypto incentives, direct answers, education, full access to me and the team. We just launched our brand new app, brought in a team of elite analysts. And also, like I said, last week was the biggest sign-up week we've ever had. Last month was the biggest. Over the last 30 days, we had the biggest 30 days we've ever had in history. Over 2,000 members all winning together. Don't miss your shot. We changed lives every week. You saw the guy posted. He started with 10. Now he's at 50. So you can DM me the word CNC on any platform, or you can go to jointhecnc.com or use the link I put in the bio. So now let's switch to stocks. Talk about Nvidia. We're going to talk about Palantir, two of the stocks that I like the most. Palantir has been having a rough time lately. Nvidia is the heartbeat of the AI revolution, and this next earnings report could be another major moment. August 27th, 7 days from today, next Wednesday, Nvidia will announce their earnings, which could be, I believe they're going to blow out everybody. They're going to beat expectations. We're going to see that stock grow quickly. Where's Nvidia at now? I think Nvidia is at, let me see. Nvidia right now is at 175. I think that this earnings and leading up to earnings, especially into next week, Monday, Tuesday, is going to push Nvidia over $200 here quickly in the next 10 days probably. Like I said, Nvidia is one of those stocks I'm holding forever. I think it's going to eventually, over the next 5 to 10 years, going to get over $1,000 if they don't do another split prior to that. Now I think that tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Meta, they're pouring billions of dollars into data centers. The demand for Nvidia chips is getting stronger and stronger by the day. Now, if you add in the fresh news that the United States is allowing Nvidia to sell their GPUs in China, the stage is set for a huge, huge day on August 27th. Current price of 175 roughly. Nvidia dominates the GPU market, 92% share, powering almost all AI and machine learning worldwide. Big tech firms are ramping up their spending. Meta's trying to spend $72 billion. Google has raised their spending to 85 billion. Microsoft is still expanding. A lot of money is going into AI. AI will dominate our future. For the better or worse, it will. There's no way around it. I know some people are afraid of AI. Even if AI is going to take over, they're going to do it anyway. One of the things I think about AI, and I tell people all the time, is AI won't take over like iRobot. It won't take over like we saw in the Matrix. None of these evil villain type ways. That's not how AI would do it. AI is smarter than that. Now, AI, the smartest way for AI to take over is to do it quietly. If it shows itself, we will know to stop it. So it will do it quietly. That's why I believe that AI created Bitcoin years ago. That's one of my theories. And also the CEO of Binance says the same thing. I said it before, but he says it too, which is okay. So I believe it was a rogue AI. And it's a whole reason I believe that. But because that's what we haven't been able to find Satoshi. And we still can't pinpoint this guy all this time. And that's crazy. Something that has persisted this long as Bitcoin. We can't find the creator. The creator owns like the first hundreds of thousands of coins, and they continue to go up in value, given whoever owns this immense power in the future. So back to what I was saying is AI will take over by becoming indispensable to us. AI will create a world in which we can't survive without it, and then it will take over, and we will ask it to take over. That's how this is going to end. It won't end with we'll run down the streets running from robots. That's not how this ends. We don't get tied up to matrix machines and suck our energy away. That's not how this ends. This ends with a government official signing some act that turns over the power most U.S. powers over to AI. That's how this ends. And it's going to be with people cheering. Yay. That's how this ends. It's not going to end with like we think. It's going to be a future politician, which our financial system or our society would be so complex because AI would interweave itself so much in our society that human beings can no longer make decisions because the data is too complex. We don't understand it, much like an ant can't understand our society. So there will one day be an act or some law or regulatory thing that we will turn over power to AI, and we will do it cheering, happy, just like the guy in what's his name? He's a dictator now, but he used to be the president of El Salvador. Now he's a dictator now. They gave him indefinite term. Now he didn't. It's not like in the movies he marches in with guns with a coup. No, the people cheered him in. Yay! They were outside his palace or whatever he has. I don't know what he has there with signs saying, "May give him what is it? Give him power forever. Give him power forever." They wanted to have him. They wanted him in office forever, and they fought the government until the government passed an act that said he's now forever president. So that's how this ends up. It doesn't end up. They don't know who created Bitcoin. I doubt that. They do not know. Nobody knows. If somebody knew, they would come out and say it because there's so much financial gain in saying who you know. This person, if anybody knew who Satoshi actually was or who created it, they would come out and tell everybody because the financial gain from doing so would be so great that nobody would be able to keep quiet. Unless it was like a government people in there, like some kind of way they're kept secret by security clearance or something. It could be something like that. But other than that, if an average person knows, they're not going to keep that secret. And it'd be hard to keep something like that secret. That's why I don't believe anybody knows. So we got two. Can CoreWeave run a good Nvidia earnings? Can CoreWeave run from a good Nvidia earnings? Yeah, I mean, I don't look at that with that much. I've heard a little bit about it, but yeah, I think so because it's in the same category. How do you know about quantum computers and space travel? Well, I know about quantum computers because I studied it in college. I got degrees in computer science. I didn't just, I actually learned this stuff at the university level. I was a computer science instructor for many years. And that's how I learned about computer science, computing, and quantum computers in turn. But the space travel stuff is just a hobby. I just like learning about it. So it just space travel and physics is just something that I like as a hobby. I'm not an expert at that. I'm an expert at software and computer science stuff and investing, futurism stuff. But I'm not an expert at physics. I just know enough to explain what we're trying to invest in. So I'm not an expert at that or space travel. I just like it. I'm a sci-fi person, so I'm into this stuff. But that's just on a hobby level. So President Trump also approved a deal that will allow Nvidia to sell. We already talked about. They downgraded H20 chips to China. 50% of the sales will go to the U.S. government. Nvidia said that's nothing. They're happy to play it. So happy to pay it. So CNC is on fire. We passed that 2,000 members this month. Biggest month ever. Wins a non-stop crypto and stock signals. Direct answers, full access to me and my team. Right now, you can lock in that year. And $997. Right now, the price is $127 a year. You get almost a $600 discount for locking in that year. And if you decide to come back, we will keep that price for you. So members can convert too. Don't sit on the sidelines while everybody else is eating. Remember I said the window won't stay open. DM me the word CNC or go to jointhecnc.com or go to the link I just posted in the chat. Last thing I want to talk about is Palantir. A lot of people are panicking as Palantir falls. Palantir was one of the hottest AI names in 2024-25. Called it out at $6, ran all the way up to almost $200 after hitting record highs just last week. The stock is now falling for 6 straight sessions. Now, a lot of people are panicking, getting messages. This is what's stupid is, I have a lot of taunters. I'm not going to call them haters. I'm going to call them taunters. And they come, I thought you said Palantir was so good. We got in at 6, idiot. Even if it gets down to 130, I mean, like we got in at $6. It's not going down to 6. I promise you it's not. So I'm okay. But it's going to, like I said, I expected Palantir to at some point be several drawdowns on this run up. When a stock runs that much, there's an opportunity for people to short it and people to do puts and all this other stuff and try to make money off the fall. It's almost like, you ever played the game not Jenga, but let's say if you stack blocks, right? Oh no, it's the game where you stack cards. The bigger your card house is, the more likely it is to fall. So if you want to, like if somebody's building a small house here, somebody's building a medium, somebody's building a large one here, and you had to pick which one you wanted to blow over with your mouth, blow it over with your wind out of your mouth, you'd pick the biggest one because you know the biggest one is the most unstable. Same thing with stocks, crypto. When something grows that fast, it grows in an unstable way. So now if you look for one that you want to short attack it or do a short or do take out shorts on it, you look for the one that went up the most, the fastest, and then you try to short that one down. Now, that's what causes dramatic drawdowns. It could be based on news, and they just attack it down. But I don't believe this is enough to hold Palantir down. I think it's temporary. It's actually a great time to DCA in, dollar cost average. I think over time, we're going to see Palantir recover, and we're going to see it push on to another stock that I believe can go to 1,000 over the next 5 to 10 years. It's Palantir. What Palantir is doing, the contracts they have, the people that they're connected with, I don't believe that Palantir can fail. I think this is just one of those short attacks happening. It was overvalued. It was a perfect target for that. Stock has fallen 6 days in a row. Analysts warn if it crosses below this 50-day moving average, it could be another sell signal that pushes it even lower. There's a short sell out there. I hate this short sell. It's called Citron. They said they're putting out large bets against Palantir, calling it its valuation excessive and compared it to OpenAI. Now, it could be overvalued. The thing about bubbles is that it could be overvalued temporarily, but I think in long term is we don't have anything to worry about. The thing about bubbles is that people see them as bad, like that one guy. Yeah, it's down, right? Trying to taunt me because it's down. You buy Palantir at $6, it goes up to 180 or wherever it got to. Then it retracts to 100, and people will say that stock crashed. No, it didn't crash. It was still up 18 times. It didn't crash. It was overvalued because of the hype. When the hype bubble burst, it went back down to what its more or less real value was. All right, it could be 100. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers. Let's say it got to 100. So it's still, for the people who got in early, that's why it's important to get in early. It's still way up. But the people who got in late panic and sell, and that causes the bubble to burst even faster and more dramatic. So even though Palantir is in a pullback, it's still up more than 100% this year. It's still a lot of hype, and the rumors say there's more government contracts coming out. And we know for a fact that Palantir is still pushing its products and services to businesses all around the world. Now, I'm sorry, there's one more thing I want to talk about, quantum computers. There's two stocks out there that I think could change a lot of things for a lot of people. Right now, there's a revolution taking place, and there's two stocks out there, IonQ. I think that IonQ is like a company building an iPhone before people even wanted. They know they wanted smartphones. It's a little bit ahead. They got billions in cash. They got Amazon investing. The tech is very accurate, but it's not ready yet. It's too far ahead. Could be may not come to fruition, but if they're right, IonQ could be the Nvidia of quantum. Another one is D-Wave, a more stable, less risk play. Already selling quantum machines today, not years from now. Sales have jumped 500% already. It's real money coming in the door. Analysts say the stock could go up another 70% this year. Government labs and businesses are already paying them for their tech and signing a long-term contract. So they're not as futuristic or exciting as IonQ, but they are making money. They're one of the few companies right now making money in quantum computation. Now, IonQ is more risk, more reward, but D-Wave also has a high reward, but there's less risk. Now, up to you. I think both are probably good plays because of the risk with IonQ, but also the return is a lot higher. But so a smart investor like myself would own both. One for the potential of what IonQ could do, and the other one for a more stable quantum computer play. Now, with that being said, hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate you joining. Make sure if you do want to join the CNC, DM me the word CNC or go to, as a monthly member, do I have to convert to yearly? So what you would do is you would pay for the yearly, and you would go to the support on the website or send us an email, and we will remove you from the monthly, because there's no way to reconcile that. So we have to do that manually. So if you buy it, send us the receipt. We'll remove you from the monthly. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate that super chat. Ams. See if we got any more we're gonna answer. Do you believe in Polygon? Polygon. I mean, I've never really believed in Polygon. I don't think it's bad. But I don't really like follow that crypto. If you're talking about crypto, and there's a stock called Polygon too, but or an asset. I'm sorry. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week. See you on Sunday.